Good evening, morning, whatever, whenever you see this. This is Sean, aka Googarty SEO. Okay, and if you haven't noticed already, the reason you're getting basically attached to the tweet I'm about to output is because your account's been compromised by Mr. Jason Watson of a Mugshot racketeering business by the name of Arrest, and he has another domain known as US Support, which is a buffering pay money site, not pay site, but it's basically it's the money site for his extortion business. He has them separately so that he cannot be criminally charged with directly extorting people to remove mugshots for a set rate. Well, I've been at it back and forth with this guy for a couple years because he doesn't quit, and apparently he had a little animosity today because I finally got a DMCA approval upon some contents removal, and he got a little ass chapped. Well, the guy has gone from basically middle school level unrelenting harassment into the levels of criminal hacking at this point. My theory, the individual has delivered a payload mechanism of sorts, probably like disguised as like a Flash player update. It's known in Metasploit as a Java applet updater. Common port used for this reverse TCP interpreter shell is 4444. So if you're leaking that port, there's a pretty good possibility he still has your computer backdoored. I spoke with Mr. Keith Gill, Digital Keith, aka, and he's a verified SEO specialist, and he has fallen a victim to this. As you can see in this particular queue, my account name for one of my accounts is hashtagged by all these individuals. It's the same person controlling all these accounts. Keith has told me openly and outright that he has but one account, and he has a collaborate group of people that communally exchange retweets and whatnot, so he doesn't do the multiple account stack tweet deck thing that a lot of people do as an advanced tactic of gaining the maximum reach of their content. The individual, it looks like the Anne Marie got hacked with this one. I'm guessing all of you guys are going to have Windows, is my theory, and you need to research either the removal of this interpreter session, or you might want to just wipe your hard drive and reinstall Windows. That's what I would do. Honestly, I wouldn't even play with it. We have a Heiko G. Pole Jr. I doubt he put a hashtag with my name in it and tried to proclaim that I made this article. There's another article. Freddie Alexander, Cyber Tekken, another Digital Keith. And what he did is he actually blocked me with all these accounts so that I couldn't see what was going on initially, and I didn't understand what was going on. But essentially, I don't know if he's just trying to, slander reputation with this or what have you, but he's crossed the line. I have informed IC3, and I advise all of you, because you've been compromised, to do the same thing. And I'll get to that in a second. That's another thing that he did. But yeah, what you do is you go to ic3.gov, okay? And you file a report and indicate that a Mr. Jason Watson of US Support LLC. I just pull his information up right here because this is where he supposedly conducts business. This is, of course, this is a UPS store. Okay, so it's not even a real address, but I mean it gives him a general idea of who this person's proclaiming to be, because he does have a LLC limited liability license under this. But this is the mugshot extortionist that is guilty of this particular thing. I'm almost 100% certain, and I'm not 100 on whether he's residing out of Vegas currently or if he's actually in the West Virginia area, because I did see a GeoIP hit on my site from a Verizon iPhone that I have reason to believe is his. So he could quite possibly be up near Washington, D.C. at the moment. That's where it located to. with the Verizon IP address. But let's take a look here. So you go to contact. This is his information. This is what I would put down when you file this IC3 report as to who potentially compromised your system. I want to get the ball rolling on this because this man is very dangerous. He's armed. He has weapons. He's kind of a loose cannon right now because he just stepped it up a notch. He went from just basically, minor slander to full-blown, like basically botnetting. So he's committing some crimes on a federal level. So you would file a complaint. You put it in for Internet Crime Report and let them know that this individual has hacked you, and I've gone ahead and done the same as well. Another thing this individual has succeeded in doing, apparently there was a vulnerability a few years back involving a URL string with an unsafe link. When I looked at the information as to this particular vulnerability and the bounty of $14.79 that was paid for it, it was basically allowing people to put cross-site injection into the unsafe link, which was allowing people to intercept cookies, credentials, stuff like that with cross-site injection. However, one thing that is still remaining vulnerable, apparently, is there is a way to put someone else's URL string, as you can see here, and trigger it to be potential malware. And what this does is it negates a business's ability to put a link on Twitter temporarily till a report, counter-reporting that it is not the case, that it isn't malware, is made, which is what has occurred. So that might want to, have some further looking into. I don't care about a bounty. I'm not wasting energy, doing that. I got a business to run. But yeah, Mr. Watson has gone ahead and taken it upon himself to utilize that. The reason he's doing it naturally is this website I'm ranking for the purpose of trying to stop him from extorting individuals, and it's an exact match data to his money site. And I'm going to offer free reputation management alternatives to prevent people from being taken for their money and robbed, essentially. So, Mr. Watson, you should check out some of my other videos. I got them all here of what some exemplaries of what this individual's done. But I made a US Support LLC.win. And on the win site, it very, very clearly this day just shows examples of how this man commits atrocities and slanders individuals unrelentingly and doesn't let up. So if you end up encountering this individual, he's very dangerous. I would not communicate with him at all. He will not care. He will impact anyone and everyone. If you piss him off, he will fuck with anybody. He's a dangerous individual. Stay away from him, I assure you. You don't want to communicate with this person. Anyways, I wish you all the best of luck. I'm really sorry that you got, compromised. But in the future, if you see something that tells you to update, like Flash Player or something like that, you need to just go ahead and not click shit like that in your browser. This is probably what compromised you, is my theory. I doubt you guys fell for a credential harvest, so your systems are compromised. You need to get that removed.